Hey, it's Liz. I still don't have totally my voice back, but I wanted to share this. Um, and I'm having to hold my camera at a really weird angle in order to get the right lighting, so this will be fun. Okay, so I was thinking today, during my 20s, let's put it that way, during my 20s, the theme may have been push it through, get it done, make it work, because you can do it all, like, by yourself. You're number one or whatever, just prove to the world you can do it yourself, that you can do it all. And it really, really overtaxed my body. And if you've read my book or, some of my other programs, I've talked about how I caused significant damage to my body with that attitude of just push, 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 right? So then I pulled back from that, and I did a good job, and I think I found a pretty good balance for the most part. But I do feel like I've swung too far the other way at times and not pushed, like, enough, Because, like, if you've ever lifted weights or anything, one of the things you learn is that the growth occurs on those last 2 reps that you didn't think you could do, right? So there's some wisdom to pushing through, but not in pushing through too much and too far. So this is something I'm really still kind of working through and learning, because I just came through a week of giving myself space to rest. And so then today was my first day out of bed the entire day for like a week. I've spent at least half or more than half the day in bed for the last week, which is something I previously have actually never, ever, ever done. But I was just so sick that I felt like it was the right thing to do, was just to really give my body the rest it needed. Of course, I did get up every once in a while to make sure the house burned down. And I have older teenagers, so I was checking in with everybody every so often. But for the most part, I was in bed and just trying not to talk. So, anyway, so I came up with a couple affirmations that I wanted to share today that are actually really simple, and like when you hear them, like, oh yeah, of course I could have thought that, but maybe not. Maybe you won't think that. So it was, I have strength and stamina to do all that is required for good. And the importance of the intention behind this. I'm going to say it again to make sure I say it clearly. I have strength and stamina to do all that is required for good. And the important intention behind this is the last line, all that is required for good. So that's my intention, is to keep being mindful of all that is required for good. And when I'm in the moment, when I'm tired and I need to know, do I push through or stop and rest, then I get to stop and say, what is required for good? So the other part of the affirmation that I was looking at is, I easily discern between time to rest and time to draw on new strength in order to keep going. So let me repeat that, and I'm going to try and hold up so I don't have to look down. I easily discern between time to rest and time to draw on new strength in order to keep working. And this is actually my very favorite concept of all. Because we do come to the end of our rope sometimes, because we are mortal. We do have limitations. But the difference is that even though we have those limitations, the reason we can push through them is sometimes it is for our good to keep going, and we need to draw on new strength. And some of the most amazing experiences in my life where I've known and felt so much of God's love for me has been when I have gotten on my knees at the end of my rope and said, okay, Heavenly Father, if I need to do this, I need you to give me the strength. I need you to give me that extra mile, because I'm extra miled out. And it's been beautiful, and times when He has given me that extra mile. And when I say that prayer with true intent, with real willingness to act on whatever He tells me, then if I don't receive that strength, then I know it's not necessary for me to keep going. The trick there is just to be truly honest and willing, to come before Him with a willing heart that says, if thou wilt, I will keep going. I just need you to give me the strength to do that. And then just to know that if He didn't give it to you, you didn't need it, and it's okay. And I love this principle because I can apply it to so many things. I also like to apply it when there's something that I really, really want, and maybe it's financially out of reach at the moment. And I can pray about it, and I've had times when the resources show up and I can just get it. But then, if I've prayed with real intent, with a willingness to do whatever my part was in order to receive that gift, and I didn't receive it, then it really wasn't necessary and I didn't need it. And what's really great about that is when I can look at it that way, I never feel like I'm deprived, like I'm not getting what I need. When I look at it that way, even if I didn't get what I wanted, I know that I have everything I need and that I just didn't need that thing that I wanted. So anyway, that's just the principle I wanted to share today, and I hope it blesses your life, and I'm so, so grateful to have my voice back. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.